What's going on here with Cain and Abel, and what that has to do with faith? When it was time for harvest, Cain presented some of his crops as a gift to the Lord. Now, crops weren't what you gave the Lord. Abel also brought a gift, the best portions of the firstborn lambs. It didn't even say what Cain brought in his crops was the best of what he brought, but it's intentionally said that Abel brought the best. Abel brought the best portions of his firstborn lambs from his flock. The Lord accepted Abel and his gift. There's a gift that God accepts. It has to be done God's way. He gave his best, and he gave the way that God wanted it given. You see through the Bible, he wanted a shedding of blood for a sacrifice, not some vegetation. But he did not accept Cain and his gift. He brought something, but it wasn't what God asked to bring. It wasn't God's way. He brought what was convenient for him. You can't bring God 5% and call it tithe, because tithe is 10%. Partial obedience is still disobedience. You cannot say, well, I serve a lot in, children's church, and I'm on the worship team because I'm giving them my time, and they're not actually paying me. I don't need to give a tithe or give an offering. That's not God's way. God's way is tithe and offering for you too. Partial obedience is still disobedience. You can't make it your own way. You got to do it God's way. Faith always responds to God's word. Abel offered a blood sacrifice, showing he understood the principle of atonement before the law was even given. But we see Cain, he gave some, and Abel gave his best. Cain hoped his offering was good enough. Abel knew God's way and obeyed. So that's the way you have to do it. Real faith is going to know God's way and do what God said. If you want God's best, you have to come God's way.